Hello there everyone, this is Brother Birch. In this video, we are going to introduce our project number 2, which is at the end of Unit 1. Okay, I believe in the paperback book, this is on page 104. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this. The first submission point due at the end of week 2 is to prompt the user for input and display the budget back on the screen. Okay, so we're gonna have several prompts. All right, your monthly income, living expenses, um, budgeted living expenses, actual other expenses. Okay, and then we will display all of that in the page. Okay, so let's look at a couple of, or in the console, sorry. Let's look at a couple of hints. A tab used for most of the indentations and nowhere else. Okay, so there will probably be a tab right here to the left of this entire column. And okay, there are 15 equals under income, budget, and actual. That's nice. We don't have to count the equal signs under each one of these. They're all 15, which means we know the width of these guys and what we need to set these at. The user's monthly income is used both for the budget value and the actual value. Okay, so if I look at this, monthly income was $1,000, and this program spits out $1,000 in both places. Okay, good to know. The budget value for taxes, tithing, and other will always be 0. Okay, and then also the difference, both budget and actual will be 0. We will compute these in the next 2 parts of the project. Okay, so good to know. So let's go ahead and let's get started on this a little bit. So I have my template file in here, and I'll go ahead and create this new file right here. So I'll say copy template.c++ to, and it looks like they named theirs project02.c++. So we'll do the same thing, project02.c++. Okay, and I'll just say Emacs project02.c++. All right, so here's this. Right here, I'm just going to say project 02, and the name of this will be monthly budget, Brother Birch, CS 124. A brief description of our project. Okay, so we need to accept the inputs of the following. Well, we'll include that later, of budget items, and then save to variables to display to user in pretty table. Okay, right here, let's go ahead and put a half an hour on there. And then we know that we're going to need that other import. So I'll say include. Okay, we should be good to go there so that we can set up our numbers like this so that we want to. And we should be good to go. So I'm going to hit Control S, Control C, and try to compile this just to make sure that I don't have any errors yet in my project. Looks like we're good. So I'm going to come back in Emacs, and let's go ahead and make this a little bit more descriptive. Except main will accept input values from user, then display them in a table to the user. All right, so now that we have this all set up, let's think about how we want to do this. If I look at my previous assignment, the last one that we did, I'm just going to close this, and if I say Emacs assignment 12.c++, I do something wrong. I did, there was a typo. So Emacs assignment 1, 2. All right, so here this was. You can see I have my money all set up right here that I could copy over into my next program. And then you can also see how I got the input from the user. Okay, and then I had to declare variables first. Okay, and then I output. Then I have my output to the user. So I'm actually going to copy this entire thing right here, and I'm going to hit Control XC to get out of there, and then Emacs project 02.c++. Okay, and then in here, I'm going to paste it by hitting right click. All right, so this I'll probably rename to monthly income. Okay, make this nice and descriptive since we're dealing with a budget here. I'll want to make all of these very descriptive, but I'll probably want to declare these first and then have something very similar to this for all of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do one of them, make sure that we're on the right track. So I'll say monthly income. That is declared. Oops. And then I'm not going to say part one, I'll just say input from user and output to user. Okay, so in here, it says, what will this look like when we actually run it? Please enter the following. So we'll have to print this first and then print this with them able to type that in. Okay, so I'm going to ignore that first line for now, and I'll just say your monthly income. It has the tab right there, so we should be good to go. And then we will rename this to monthly, whoops, lowercase, monthly income. All right, so that should give us our first variable. All right, so let's go ahead and run it, make sure we're not getting any errors. Let's compile it. And then a.out to run it. Your monthly income, 1,000, and nothing happens. But good, we didn't have any errors. Okay, so let's go back into Emacs to edit this a little bit further. We have our money set up, and then we'll worry about our output for the user to see. Okay, so let's go ahead and try one line of this output here. So we know that we're going to need, see the out, a tab. There we go. And I'll say item. And it says that there's 15 equals underneath each one of them. 4 are taken out here, so that'd be 11 plus 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So looks like we'd have 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And we'd have budget. And then we would keep going. So I'm just going to close this off for now. And let's see if we get any outputs. So I'm going to save it. Whoops. And then let's try to compile it. G++, project 02.c++, no errors, a.out, monthly income is $1,000, 10,000, and we have item and budget written out. Okay, so definitely some work and quite a bit that we have to do on it, but that is how I would start the assignment and my train of thought that I would use to get started. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.